AV Forums is all about audio-visual entertainment electronics, which of course includes video gaming, now an industry bigger than Hollywood and Bollywood combined. For our many avid gaming visitors, here is our roundup of the very best games as of mid-May 2019. Kicking things off, we have Capcom showing the world how remakes should be done, with a stunning ground-up reinvention of PlayStation classic Resident Evil 2. The series may have changed direction several times in its last few iterations, but this is a return to much more traditional survival horror, and it's all the better for it. It certainly doesn't hurt that the Resident Evil engine allows for some truly jaw-dropping visuals, dragging the horror favourite kicking and screaming into the modern era in style.
I'm so sorry.
If that's all a little gloomy and scary for your liking, what better than a Disney crossover to bring all the joy and vibrancy you could ever want? Kingdom Hearts 3 is the finale of a saga that's been running for nearly 2 decades, taking players on a tour of many classic Disney and Pixar worlds lovingly recreated to allow fans to interact with these popular universes like never before. It's fast-paced fun that is incredibly vibrant, a box set of playable Disney highlights all tied together with its own daft yet entertaining narrative thread. Sticking with all things colourful, Tetris 99 is a free-to-play Switch exclusive that brings an unexpected but thoroughly effective twist on the puzzle masterpiece. The large-scale multiplayer action pits 99 people against one another in a fast and frantic race to clear your well as efficiently as possible, all while other players interfere by throwing junk blocks your way each time they clear lines on their own screens. Watch out though, it seems some folks are really good at Tetris.
Get ready, together. Let's go.
Next up is a much more traditional battle royale experience, the overnight success story that is Apex Legends. The Titanfall developer brings its world-class tight gunplay and flowing movement to the popular last man standing genre, with a unique hook of having a selection of heroes with unique abilities. Forming teams of 3, you drop in, grab what you can and lay waste to as many rival teams as possible. It's great fun, especially with a few friends, although the indigenous ping system lets you communicate just as well with silent strangers. Time for a curveball now with the indie puzzler Babba Is You. It's not going to win any awards for its rudimentary visuals, but it certainly deserves to for its mind-bendingly original gameplay. It's all about meddling with game logic to reach a certain win condition on each puzzle, repositioning the blocks that form each rule in order to change how objects interact with one another. It's confusing at times, but oh so satisfying when you finally come up with some crazy solution or another.
Friends aren't equipped for air-to-air. They need our cover.
Soaring onto the list next is Ace Combat 7, one of the best entries in the long-running dogfighting franchise in years, and perhaps the best entry point to date for newcomers to the series. Several control schemes allow beginners to carve through the skies effortlessly, while also offering ace pilots complete freedom of movement via a more complex system that feels even better when you get a feel for it. Sorties are action-packed and engaging whether you're running the campaign or messing around in multiplayer, and some of the visual effects are truly fantastic. Capcom's back now with its second appearance on this rundown, this time with the smoking, sexy style of Devil May Cry 5. Series star Dante is joined by 2 other playable characters this time, with Nero and Viewboy V, both offering completely different playstyles and movesets to the silver-haired superstar Slayer. Presentation is phenomenal, as is par for the course. Boss battles are both spectacular and challenging, the latter being especially true as you start to crank up the difficulty of repeat playthroughs.
We could use this.
Not everyone has the reflexes for something like Devil May Cry, so let's slow things down with some turn-based strategy. Wargroove feels very much like a spiritual successor to Nintendo's popular Advanced Wars series, with the same kind of colourful, cartoony art style and liberal use of frames and overlays that zoom in on units to give a closer view of the action. And with comprehensive editing tools, you're not limited to the game's base content. You can create, share, download and play a near endless amount of awesome user-generated stages as well. We're off to Washington DC next with The Division 2, Ubisoft's superb open-world shooter sequel. Many issues from the original game have been sorted out this time around, with missions feeling much more interesting and enemy variety being addressed in several fairly unexpected ways. There's tons to do as you shoot and loot your way to the endgame, where players can expect to be kept busy for years to come. Long-term support is planned for the game, and even the original still has a pretty solid player base some 3 years after its release. Last and certainly not least, it's time for Sekiro: Shadows Die Twice, the latest new title from Dark Souls studio From Software. While mechanically extremely different to the Souls games due to combat being all about breaking enemy poised to land killing blows, the trademark difficulty level is still very much evident. Even seasoned Souls veterans can expect to find themselves stuck on some of the more challenging bosses for days, if not weeks. But overcoming these massive threats is an exhilarating thrill each and every time you manage to pull it off. And that concludes our roundup. If you want to comment, please click the link in the description to join the discussion at the AV Forums community. It's free to join and there are perks like exclusive competitions for members. Thanks for watching.